Hi everybody, it's Jennifer Griswold and I'm going to continue answering questions, so keep them coming. Today I wanted to answer the question of how do you handle the tough stories? This is a tough question sometimes, yesterday being a prime example. I was getting ready for work yesterday on Memorial Day. My family was going to be getting ready to go to the pool later in the evening, but I was heading into work, and as I was getting ready, I checked my email and saw that they were doing a search at Lake Manawa, that they had believed someone went in the water that they could not find. And if you paid attention to the news yesterday or today, you know that a 15-year-old had drowned in the water while hanging out with his family on Memorial Day. So that was a very tough story. Then yesterday evening at night, there was a bad car crash and 2 small children were injured. We learned today that the 2-year-old died in that car crash. So they're really, really tough stories to cover. How do we cover them? A couple of things. One, I try to separate myself in a way, and that's because I think that's needed so that you're not hearing our story. You're not hearing how it affects us. You're hearing how it affects the person involved. When we're talking to a family member, when we're learning that information, you're hearing their story. It's our job to relay that information. And we can't just be breaking down because you don't get to hear the person who truly is impacted. All of that said, I've definitely cried on interviews. I've cried at scenes. I've cried on air. Normally I've tried to hold it back pretty much. I've anchored while pregnant, while breastfeeding. I've had emotional, hormonal, physical responses to some of the stories we're covering. It's only human to have those reactions. So I guess part of it is we do try to separate ourselves in a way that allows us to cover the story for you, the viewer. But yes, we are human. And I like to believe that that's part of the reason that people watch local news and aren't only getting their headlines online, because we are human. We're not robots. So sometimes you will see us maybe shedding a tear or holding back a tear or smiling or laughing when we're covering a story because we have an emotional response to it. So I hope that answers the question. Let me know if you have any other questions and we'll keep these coming. Thanks so much.